Hey guys, I know I said I'd make more videos, and I haven't been. I don't really have an excuse for that. I'm literally just being lazy at this point. I really am. I kind of just wanted to do a more serious video today. I want to talk about insecurities, and we all have them. We've all got something that just doesn't sit well with us. We've got something that makes us worry. We've got something that makes us paranoid. We've got something that scares the living shit out of us more than anything else. I mean, everybody can talk about what their biggest fears are, but nothing seems more terrifying than what your insecurities can do to you. And it's something that none of us can really get away from. We all have them. I don't know when mine started, but I've got this major fear about whether or not people actually like me. It's something very difficult for me, and as of this recent year, I have been having far more frequent and far more scary anxiety attacks than I can ever remember having in my life. I don't think I've ever had anxiety this bad. One thing can happen when you join a new group of friends. You could feel completely a part of this group. You can finally feel like you fit in somewhere and everyone likes you here. And then one thing will happen and it'll completely warp your opinion of it. It's, I've joined a lot of friend groups. I've had friend groups before. I've had different places that I've been, and sometimes even I don't feel a part of those. This was one of those places where I thought, oh, I can actually fully be a part of this one now. And so when something happened where it just felt like nobody even wanted me there, it kind of almost ruined the whole thing for me. And it hurt really badly, but the worst part is I thought it was my fault. This is a thing I do a lot where I blame myself for the things that are happening, even if it's not my fault, or maybe I'm just not aware that it is. But I will just take on the blame for something that has happened that it just messes me up. I will take on the blame and I will feel the need to apologize. And what happened in this friend group is I thought what had happened was my fault. I thought everything happened where nobody wanted me there, and I thought it was my fault. And it wasn't. I have learned that now. But at the time being, while I was still being lied to about the events, I didn't know. And it messed me up so badly. I thought I had done something so bad for all this to happen that I got physically sick. I opened my eyes again to who really likes me. Is there anybody out there who does want to be my friend? And don't get me wrong, I know that there is. I know I have friends. But there are some days where that gets hard for me to see. It's not an attention thing. It's not like, oh, I don't have any friends. It is purely a thing where I am so scared that I'm going to say one thing to mess everything up, and it's going to be all my fault, that I'm just going to hate myself forever for it, and I'm going to want to hide under the covers because I don't know what I did. And I don't know how to fix it. And that is terrifying. There was a birthday party I had years ago. I don't remember what birthday party it was. I don't remember the friends who were there. I can probably list the few that I assume were there because I know who my friend group was because it was very small. I know we were young enough to play hide and go seek, but we're old enough that I actually remembered the birthday party, so it wasn't like I was 5 or anything, and it was well into elementary school, so. But we were at this birthday party, and we were playing hide and go seek, and I remember I was hiding in my mom and dad's room, and I was hiding inside the closet. And I'm very good at hiding because I'm very good at being invisible. So I was kind of hiding where even if you opened the door and you were looking right at me, you wouldn't be able to see me. And that happened. My friends came in, they opened the door, there I was, but they couldn't see that I was there. I could clearly see them though, and I was sitting there having a grand old time. I was just laughing like, oh, I'm the best. I am so clever at this game. No one can beat me at this game. So then they decided to move on, but they didn't quite leave the room. They kind of just stayed there, decided to have a little chat. And I'm sitting there in there, and they're just talking about how none of them even wanted to be there. How they all just kind of didn't even care. They didn't like me. They just wanted to leave. And you can imagine me sitting in there just having to listen to this, and I didn't want to move. In fact, I didn't get out of my hiding place for an extra hour after the game ended. Everybody had to come looking for me. And I still didn't even want to get out while they were all yelling for me, like, Sophie, where are you? Where are you? Because it's so hard to want to come back to your friends when they seem to be looking for you, but you know, there's some part of you that knows they don't want to find you. So what do? And that was one of the worst experiences of my life. Purely because it was the first time I think I really felt lied to. And it hurt. There was actually some other instances in middle school where at lunch my friends would play this game called Run Away from Sophie. I would turn to get something out of my locker, I would turn back, and they'd be running down the hallway. The first few times they did it, I used to chase them. But after a bit, I just kind of decided I would just not. But I didn't want to look like I was eating lunch by myself, so I ate lunch in the bathrooms. And these were my only two friends in middle school, so I didn't really have anyone else to go to. Anxiety is something that's really, really difficult to go through. And I don't think my parents fully understand it. It's hard for me to want to do things. It's hard for me to want to get up and just make a decision. And it's all of this is so difficult for me sometimes. And I don't like getting put under pressure. I don't like feeling I've done something wrong. It's gonna happen, but I don't like it. You never want to hear one of your parents telling you that you have no friends. Because even though I know that I have friends, it still scares me because a lot of these friends are on the internet. And I keep thinking about, what if I just lose contact with them? Do I have friends? Where are my friends? Some of the people that you feel closest to are the people who are furthest away from you. And it causes a lot of problems. And it just gets really difficult sometimes. Don't get me wrong, I'm the type of person who loves to be alone, but I don't like feeling alone. That's when things get really hard for me. I don't want to feel so scared all the time anymore. I don't want to feel so worried all the time anymore. I just wish for like 2 seconds I could feel completely relaxed. But I know that's never gonna happen. So if you guys have any problems with insecurities, anything specific, anything that you felt in this video, please leave comments down below. I know a lot of people were watching my introvert video, and people seem to really respond to that when I talk about having these, very personal things. So if you guys want to see more of, me just talking about personal stuff like this, please let me know. I hope I'll be uploading my YouTube survey and 7 things videos soon. I think I'm going to compress them together for efficiency. But until then, ALLONS-Y.